This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by Tower Electronics. For connectors, cables, and more, call 920-435-2973 or visit pl-259.com. And by ICOM. Heard it, worked it, logged it. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information about ICOM radios.
It's Ham Radio.
Hey, good evening, everyone. It's time for Ham Talk Live, episode number 255, YOTA Contest, recorded live on Thursday, April 15th, 2021. I'm your host, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Ham Talk Live. Tonight, we're joined by Philipp Springer, DK6SP, Markus Großer, DL8GM, and Tomi Varro, HA8RT, from Youngsters on the Air. And we'll take your calls live in just a few minutes. Last week, Don Wilbanks, AE5DW, was here to talk about the Newsline Young Ham of the Year Award nominations. And if you missed that show, you can listen anytime over at hamtalklive.com or on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube, or you can catch the rebroadcast of Ham Talk Live every week on WTWW 5085 AM, Saturday afternoons at about 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And tonight we're talking about this new YOTA contest. So we'll have the phone lines open later on in the show. I'll go ahead and give you the phone number for that. It's 859-982-7373. We'll give that number out again here in just a little bit. You can also tweet us tonight. We're watching Twitter. It's at Ham Talk Live on Twitter. So if you're listening to us live on Thursday night, you'll be able to give us a call and ask your questions about the new YOTA contest and anything else that we end up talking about, but definitely a youth-related show tonight. So I'll be back with Philip, Markus, and Tomi right after this word from Tower Electronics right here on Ham Talk Live.
Jerry, what's up, man? I haven't seen you at Sunbucks in a while. I used to see you every morning getting coffee. What's up?
Well, I can't afford Sunbucks 5 days a week anymore. I had to spend my money on PL259s. You know, those antenna projects I've been meaning to do. I had to do them before my HOA finds out I have antennas.
That's too bad, Jerry. I miss seeing you and catching up over coffee. You should get your PL259s from Tower Electronics. They have great stuff. Jerry, you're back. Oh, QRM Heterodyne Frappuccino. That's a good choice. How's it going? Did you get all those antennas up before the HOA police showed up?
Yeah, I got them all done. Thanks for telling me about Tower Electronics. Now I can have my coffee. I just saved a bunch of money on my PL259s by switching to Tower Electronics.
Don't get caught without PL259s. Visit Tower Electronics online at pl-259.com or at a Hamfest near you. Or give them a call at 920-435-2973. And be sure to pick up some power poles, adapters, and cables too.
Running barefoot is for the beach. We're cranking 1.5 trillion nanowatts right here on Ham Talk Live.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Thanks to Tower Electronics for sponsoring the show tonight. To help bring you Ham Talk Live, they'll be in Sandwich, Illinois on May 2nd at the Hamfest there. And then they have some in Michigan coming up. Newberry, Michigan, June 12th. Monroe, Michigan, June 20th. But you can visit them anytime, anywhere at pl-259.com. Well, welcome back to Ham Talk Live tonight. Philipp Springer, DK6SP, Markus Großer, DL8GM, and Tomi Varro, HA8RT. Join us on the Orlando Amateur Radio Club and Hamcation Zoom line. Philipp, DK6SP, is the IARU Region 1 Youth Working Group Chair that operates Youngsters on the Air in Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Northern Asia. Philipp is also a director of the Worldwide Radio Operators Foundation. Philipp is from Bavaria, Germany, and became licensed at age 10. He is an accomplished contester at 23 years old and is studying logistics and digitalization at the master's level. Markus Großer, DL8GM, is the vice chair of the IARU Region 1 Youth Working Group, also from Germany, and has been licensed since 2011. He's been active within youth work in the local club since then. Furthermore, he is a master's graduate in computer science, and he is one of the programmers for the Charlie 25 SDR project by Smart Radio Concepts, which some people may know from Hamvention. He's more interested in the technical side of the hobby and generally leaves the station up for others to use as soon as that's going. And Markus is 25 years old. And finally, Tomi Varro, HA8RT, is a 22-year-old from Hungary and is also an accomplished contester and was partnered with Philipp in WRTC 2018. He's the award manager for December YOTA month and has been licensed since age 14. Tomi is currently studying information technology engineering, and he is the liaison to the Hungarian Amateur Radio Society that is cooperating with YOTA to sponsor this new YOTA contest, and all three are members of the contest committee. So, guys, thanks so much for being up early in the morning over in Germany and Hungary to be with us tonight to talk about this.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Neil.
Hey. It really depends if it's early or late.
Yes. We're not sure if it's really late or really early. Probably for you all, knowing you all, and knowing when we usually end up talking on Telegram, it's probably late.
Yeah, I think I'll stay up late.
And coffee.
Especially Philipp. I get Telegram messages from Philipp at like midnight Eastern time, and it's like, wait a minute, isn't it like 4 a.m?
That's true somehow.
That would be 6 in the morning. But yes,
6 in the morning.
I'm not sure if that makes it better.
Wow.
Because knowing Philipp is awake right now, that's probably still written like before he goes to bed.
Well, we want to talk about this new contest and the idea of some youth organized contests. It's been floating around for a long time, but a week ago you made the big announcement that YOTA is going to launch the contest. So tell us a little bit about the reasons that YOTA decided to do this contest.
I'll take up that question, Neil. So I can give you a little insight on how things developed regarding this contest. As we, as the Team YOTA in Region 1, are already a big initiative, we established already the youth contest program some years ago to give youngsters the possibility to experience the contest world itself from one of Europe's big gun stations, such as LX7I from Luxembourg, amongst others, of course. And this already created some activity besides the annual December YOTA month activity, where also YOTA Region 2, so in North and South America, are very active nowadays. We have also the activity throughout our sub-regional and summer camps, of course, where camp stations are set up. There is some activity, but within these difficult times at the moment, most of these events had to be canceled following the COVID guidelines. So we started to think within the IARU Region 1 Youth Working Group to think a bit ahead and search for a way to still have some activity amongst the YOTA community itself. That's when EMRAS, the Hungarian Amateur Radio Society, contacted us as the Youth Working Group with some idea. So we thought, why not having such an idea, and that was perfectly fitting and could create some activity throughout the year when there are no other events around. So we negotiated a bit with them how to implement such a YOTA contest. That's how the idea gathered. And Tomi, who's with us tonight, also told me that he had already developed a customizable contest log upload, which he would offer for Team YOTA to use. And so this is where the idea came up. And meanwhile, we also had one of our regular meetings with the Region 2 YOTA staff in the US and presented this kind of idea of a new contest. And you have been with us, Neil, and I think you really liked the idea. And you also gave great input to us to make this whole thing a great success. And 2 long months later, approximately, we put a lot of time and energy into the preparation of the project. We have launched it to the public, and now we are really looking forward to the first event to be held on Saturday, the 22nd of May, from 8 to 20 UTC. Yeah, that's about it. Some insights on how it all developed.
Well, guys, tell us how this contest is going to work. And before I get the comments, because I know I'll get the comments. They're using the term youngster. And one of the things that we changed over here when we put together the camp and some of the activities was we changed the word to youth because the meanings are very different. Over here, youngster is usually like a little kid, and usually it's a really old person using that term. And so we used youth, but over there, youth is kind of has a negative connotation to it. So yeah, I know it's youth over here, it's youngsters over there. Are youngsters
YOTA stays
youth?
The same.
Yes, and it still spells the same. It still spells YOTA. So, do youngsters, youth, earn more points? Are they worth more points? Are the older hams welcome to participate in the contest? How's this going to work, and who participates?
Well, by far and large, it's like to some degree, let's say, if you're just listening it on the radio, like stumble upon the contest, it's going to sound like All Asia contest if anybody has participated there. So exchange is RSC and age. But there are more points for youngsters. So that's the limit is at 25. So at 25, you're still a youngster, so I'm still a youngster for this year, no longer for next year. Well, actually for next year as well, because we count the age beginning at 1st of January, which I missed by a few days. So I can do that next year as well.
There you go.
So there are more points for youngsters and slightly more points for people like even younger youngsters. And then otherwise multipliers are the different ages you work per band. So it's like older hams are basically going to be multiplier because obviously their age is more spread out between 26 and 85 or so, but the youngsters are obviously compressed and effectively like 10 to 25. But youngsters are worth a lot more points. So 1 point for a station, non-DX station on the same continent, 3 points for a DX station. And then regardless of same continent or DX, youngsters are worth 10 to 13 points depending on age. There are a few categories, mostly single operator. There's 3-band mixed. So you can work wherever, but like that category, your 3 best bands are only gonna be counted. So that's great for people having like compromised antennas or similar, because single band can often turn into a chore when you try for half an hour, but everybody's on the different band. So that way your 3 bands mix is like a compromise between having like a huge elaborate antenna farm that works on all bands versus the single band category that gets boring quickly. That category has both an open age and a youngster category. So those 2 are like scored separately. There's of course all bands, once again split between open and youngsters. There's an mixed category, all bands for 6 hours only, but that's also only for youngsters. I guess this is probably going to be more popular with the younger operators, like people still in school or so, not students that don't have anything else to do either. Then there's multi-operator, but we require youngsters at the station as well. So 2 youngsters for 1 non-youngster operator. And other than that, it's mostly standard multi-operator category as well. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Other than that, it's a standard contest. Everybody works everybody, so it's not like Workdol Germany or ARRL DX, where it's like only US and elsewhere. So everybody works everybody. Doesn't matter if it's like same country, different continent. That's all the same. The rest should be fairly normal. The full rules can, of course, be found at ham-yota.com/contest. That also has links to like log upload and rules in a bazillion other languages once we get the translation sorted out. So most of them are going to be still marked as coming soon, but some are there. So should for some reason you need the rules in German or Hungarian or Swedish, those are there as well, and the rest is going to come soon, including Japanese, for example, and a few others. So that's where you find, hopefully, everything.
Yes. All right. Well, it sounds like a neat idea to count, the ages differently, but keep everybody involved. And encourage, youth participation, but we're still keeping us oldsters, who used to be youngsters on the air, involved as well, and keep the bands busy for everybody. So, tell us when the contest is. Now, I know that this is not like, a lot of them is once a year. There's a little different. So, when is the contest, and then how can people participate? What should they do to just participate in the contest?
So basically we have 3 rounds, Neil. The first round, as I already told you, is the 22nd of May. From 8 to 19:59 UTC. We also have a second round planned for Saturday, the 17th of July, from 10 to 21:59 UTC. And the third round on Thursday, the 30th of December, from 1200 to 23:59 UTC. And as you already see, we have varying times, times where the contest takes place. That's because we want to cover the whole world and give every youngster the same possibility to participate within this new YOTA contest. So we are varying every round for 2 hours. And how can you participate? Yeah, just get your HF station set up, or visit your neighbor or your Elma around the corner, and get on the bands and work everybody you can hear in CW as well as SSB. As Markus told us already, it's a mixed contest. So Morse code as well as phone will be available. And yeah, just get on the air and have fun during the contest. And
let's talk a little bit too about this. you all are putting this on, but it is a worldwide YOTA event. So we have, the Youth on the Air that started over here. We started planning our camp and doing some of those activities, with YOTA month and that kind of thing over here. And then, down in Region 3 in Oceania, there's a lot of activity down there too. So talk a little bit about them. Sure.
So we also have our friends in Region 3, which is, they are just developing a YOTA program there as well. So we already had guests from, for example, Japan, from New Zealand, during our Region 1 summer camps. So they get impressions how YOTA is working over here in Europe, Africa, Middle East, and Northern Asia. So they have been really impressed, and therefore there was already a camp held in New Zealand recently, where about 25 people met, 25 youngsters. They have been having a camp station as well. They are also participating within the December YOTA month, where 31 days of activity take place around the world, and you can work the YOTA special event stations. So Region 3 is developing. We are in great contact with the IARU Youth Working Group from Region 3, and try to help them as good as possible, so they will be successful in the future and get everything solved. So that's the current state with Region 3, and as we are with Region 2, we try to assist and get input and stuff, and we are helping out each other, all over. I would say we benefit from each other, Region 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, we sure appreciate, you all taking the lead on this one, and the December YOTA month. And then, we're trying to invite, some of the Region 1 people. We've got one scheduled to come over from Iceland. If the borders are open, we'll see how that goes. But we're trying to, and we try to donate and give back for YOTA month and that kind of thing too. So that's important that we give back some too. But we're developing here as well, and we made the announcement today that plans for our summer camp are still on. We are good to go, unless things take a terrible turn, which we don't anticipate. We don't know what kind of restrictions we're going to have, but, we obviously will have some. But we're looking like, things are pretty good over here. So, we're hoping to, have that happen in July without any, issues. So, that announcement came out today, so we'll share that as well. So, we'll talk a little bit more about the contest, and we'll open up the phone lines here at 859-982-7373. So we'll take some phone calls. We'll take some tweets, comments. If you're on Spreaker, just type in the comments there, and that'll pop up on the screen as well. And I'll be back with Philip, Tommy, and Marcus right after this word from ICOM America right here on Ham Talk Live. The great outdoors is calling. Get outside and under the stars with one of ICOM's ultimate SDR transceivers. Stay connected while off the grid. The IC705 is the perfect transceiver for hams who enjoy both the great indoors and outdoors. It's the perfect QRP companion. This base station has features and functionality at the tip of your fingers in a portable package covering HF 6 meters, 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and just under 2 pounds. It has a a 4.3-inch color touchscreen with live band scope and waterfall, 5 watts with a battery, 10 watts with a power supply. It runs AM, FM, CW sideband, full D-Star functions, and has integrated GPS, micro USB connector, Bluetooth, wireless LAN, and micro SD card slot, and the speaker mic comes standard. The perfect accessory for the IC705 is the optional backpack with a special compartment for your 705 and room for accessories. Visit the IC705 webpage to view those accessories and free software available for download. Or create your own band opening with the IC9700. This transceiver brings direct sampling to the UHF-VHF weak signal world. This all-mode transceiver is loaded with innovative features that are sure to keep you busy. With a 4.3-inch color touchscreen with real-time spectrum scope and waterfall, smooth satellite operation with 99 satellite channels, dual watch operation, and full duplex operation in satellite mode. Visually seize the VHF-UHF world with ICOM's IC9700. Heard it, worked it, logged it. ICOM's IC7300 is a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design that will far exceed your expectations. This innovative HF transceiver digitizes RF before various receiver stages to reduce the generated inherent noise in different IF stages. The IC7300 is the radio that changed the way entry-level HF is designed. With RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and SD memory card slot. The real HF fun starts here. Visit icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios.
Join the conversation. Give us a call at 859-982-7373. Again, the number to call is 859-982-7373. Or, if you'd rather type than talk, tweet us at Ham Talk Live. Now, here's Neil Rapp with more Ham Talk Live.
You're listening to Ham Talk Live.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Thanks to ICOM America for sponsoring the show, as they always do. And you can check out Ham Talk Live on the air every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here at hamtalklive.com. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And now, as we have been doing for several weeks now, it's time for the Ham Radio Joke of the Week within 9 GSU.
Now it's time for the Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week, the part of the show where Rick tells us a ham radio joke. The Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week is brought to you by QRM Labs. Now, here's Rick Garrett in 9 GSU with today's Ham Talk Live Joke of the Week.
Guy walked into a bar with a pair of jumper cables tied around his neck. The bartender said, "You can come in, but don't be starting anything."
This has been the Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week with Rick Garrett in 9 GSU. Tune in again next week for another joke from Rick.
Oh my goodness. Are jokes that bad over in Hungary, Tommy?
Yeah, so thanks for the joke,
guys. Well, nice one.
Tommy was saying before the show he was going to tell me jokes during the commercial breaks, but he didn't. So
okay, I'm just leaving quiet after this. I don't want to say any jokes.
All right, well, it's time for your calls right now. So if you have a question for Philip or Marcus or Tommy, give us a call at 859-982-7373 or tweet us at Ham Talk Live. Or if you're on Spreaker, type in the comments there. And if you're listening to us on WTWW or on the podcast edition, you won't be able to reach us live since we're doing this on Thursday night. So, Tommy, talk a little bit about all the cool computer stuff here. Talk about some of the uploading of the logs and the processing of the data here for this contest.
Yeah, okay. So it's been basically 3 or 4 years from now already when we were asked, our team of IT guys have been asked by MERS to develop something like a contest evaluator software. And they haven't thought that it's gonna be like so worldwide. It was basically for the first time for small regional contests or Hungarian contests, like national championship and similar. But since then, we have also taken up the AJDX contest, and I had already some inquiries from other international contests to include them and to evaluate the contest for them. It's basically like a site, like a normal log upload site, which you can see in many contests. Its differences is right now it's containing many Hungarian and international contests already, and it's developing. And of course, I can go on about the latest technology stuff and everything, but I'm not sure if everybody's interested in that.
Well, the nice thing is, though, that you can get in there and look up stuff. That's always cool.
Yeah. So when the idea came up to do a YOTA contest, we have been thinking that okay, so we can basically make some small changes, some improvements in place, and we can do a YOTA contest on this one, which means that of course we don't have to evaluate the logs in an Excel or something like this. It's a more professional way with algorithms that are already tried out in international contests with more than 2,000 logs each. So it's working, and it's constantly developing, getting the new ideas, always from the mistakes of the operators. We are trying to eliminate those mistakes made by the operators by making it more straightforward, easy to use, and like responsive. So that's the biggest issue always, to be more easy to use and responsive. And I think we are starting to make a good job at it.
I think you all have done an excellent job with the December YOTA month, and I'm sure that this will be equally as good. And you know, I just kind of sit back here and think about this. You know, we've got Philip that's 23, we've got Marcus that's 25, and we've got Tomi that's 22, and these guys are doing the work. They're putting together the contest. They're putting together the rules. They're doing the IT work to make all the logging and all the calculations and checking the logs and making all of that work. And that's what's unique about YOTA, is that the young people are the ones that are doing things mostly for themselves, of course, with some help, but it's really a big change. And I think that's one of the things that I kind of fight a little bit over here is, you know, we got to make sure that we keep the youth doing the planning and doing the work, and we're trying to get the infrastructure set up so that can happen. And so I look forward to when we're a little more structured and that can happen more, but we have a lot of that happening already. And I'm just amazed. Even the graphic design and publicity and all these things are done by the youth.
I just wanted to say, Neil, that we have a big team. It's not only us three. There's also HA6PX Jabba from Hungary within the contest committee. And there's a big PR group behind our back and getting our bags free with doing all the work, graphic designs, getting text done, writing press releases and stuff. This is really great support also within the youth working group. So big kudos to them. They are doing an excellent job with what they are doing. And as you said, they are not older than 22. They are all our age, all the same age level, and all are under 26. Even our IT with the YOTA homepage and stuff, they are all under 26, and this is fascinating. This is it's just great to have them aboard the team.
Yeah, even the translations for the rules are made by youngsters into different languages. I hope.
Yeah, our community is just insane. They are contacting us. Can we translate? We really want to do this, contribute to the YOTA program. That's amazing. So thanks also to these guys.
Well, it's been really neat to see all of this develop, and 46 years ago when I became a ham at 5 years old, it was, none of this existed. And, so it's just so cool to see all of this. And I think that's some of the motivation for me to do this is to provide that, I wasn't able to take advantage of at that point. In my life, and it's growing. I think our youth are growing. There, as one of your slogans is, there is youth in amateur radio. But we're working to get them more involved and take ownership of things a lot more, and it's starting to move things.
Definitely, yeah. We have so many active young people, not only over here in Europe, as you said, Neil. We have so many young people we don't even know yet about. So with the whole YOTA initiative, we try to find those young people around the world and get them involved into amateur radio, to not let this great common hobby die. So we have a future. And this is probably the most important. We as the youth are kind of part of the future of amateur radio. So that's why we try to get as many events started as possible, and also have the YOTA contest now. So let's see, and probably we will find some more youth and youngsters on the air during that new contest, and hopefully we'll get them involved into future projects and stuff within the YOTA program.
859-982-7373 is the number if you'd like to chime in, or shoot us a tweet on at Ham Talk Live, or type in the comments on Spreaker here, and just checking those to see what we have. Let's talk a little bit about YOTA Online, because that's been one of the big things for you all from the last year, and we've had a little crossover with that in the other regions as well. But talk a little bit about the YOTA Online program, and there's another one coming up here pretty soon.
Yes, so YOTA Online came up in early 2020. As we've mostly been doing around that time was writing very sad blog posts and news updates about cancellations of way too many events. So it's like the thing we had to do, like our graphics team was mostly busy with like taking the logos from all the events that we had planned and then like putting a red cross over them and then handing it over to be published. And it was like, I think it was six events that were canceled or so. It was pretty absurd and pretty sad to see. So we tried to come up with something, some way to have YOTA stay alive in any way while all our in-person events were getting canceled. and that led us to YOTA Online, which is, well, let's just say some sort of like online format. It's usually about an hour live stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, run by youngsters, with youngsters as guests coming in, presenting various topics. And that has worked out reasonably well. We had on some events, we had lots of views. And yes, as you said, there's another one coming up very soon. That's in 2 weeks, pretty much exactly. Well, a few hours less than 2 weeks, because we're scheduling after European time. So that's going to be our 12th one then, and it's also going to be the last one of the current format. As nice as it was a lot of work, and the viewership has unfortunately been going down over the time. So we're going to be trying out a new stuff after that. So the current format is going to be done after 1 year then, but we're going to try out something new, see if we can make something more engaging, because right now it's like the team, the youth working group, it's a few guests and then people in YouTube chat or Twitch chat or similar, which is, of course, great to see all the people, but we'll see if we can maybe try something where you can get people even more involved, make something more interactive. So that might be coming up very soon, even though the current YOTA Online format is gonna end after this 12th session in 2 weeks.
Okay, so to find out more about that, go over to ham-yota.com. And we also post that on youthontheair.org, so you can check it out there as well, and see what's going on with the program. Well, we're just about out of time here, so let me check again and make sure we didn't miss any questions. As we said last week, we did such a great job that nobody had any questions. So I think we've got everything covered here. But Philip, just recap for us the contest, when it is, how people can participate, and where they can find all the rules and information.
Yeah, sure, Neil. No problem. So again, the first round will be coming up on the 22nd of May. So roughly in about 5 weeks, 22nd of May from 8 to 19:59 UTC. We will have a second round from this on the 17th of July from 10 to 21:59 UTC, and the third round end of the year on the 30th of December, Thursday, 30th of December from 12 to 23:59 UTC. Who can participate? Every amateur radio operator in the world. Doesn't need to be a youngster or a youth. Everybody can participate. You can see all the contest rules exactly on ham-yota.com/contest. Then it will take place on 80 meters, on 3.5 megahertz, on 40 meters, 7 megahertz, on 20 meters, 40 megahertz, 15 meters, 21 megahertz, and 10 meters, 28 megahertz. Modes used will be Morse code as well as phone, CW and SSB. We have different categories, also especially for youth. We have special categories for oldsters, to say like this. We have a multi-operator single transmitter all bands mix category with the limitation that one non-youngster has to be fit by 2 youngster operators. We have also an SWL, a shortwave listener category. And furthermore, we have some, it's uncommon, but for us a really important category. We have the station sponsors, where station owners invite youngsters and then may apply to a separate category with photos submitted to contest@ham-yota.com. to our official email address. So also, if you have any questions regarding the rules, if you read through them on ham-yota.com/contest, if you don't understand what's written there, just drop us an email at contest@ham-yota.com. The station sponsors need to submit a photo of the youth operating from their station, and also the youth has to provide the call sign in the operator list that they can apply for this category. The exchange will be a normal report, so RS or RST plus H on the 1st of January each year. Multi-operators will have the same, but it has always to be less than 25. So 25 is the maximum age for a multi-operator. How does the scoring work? So if you have a QSO with your own continent, it's a station aged over 25, so it's a non-youngster, it's worth 1 point. If you have a QSO with another continent, so it's a DX station, with a station aged over 25, it's also non-youngster, it's worth 3 points. So same continent, 1 point, DX 3 points. If you work a youngster or a youth, regardless of any continent under the age of 12, it's 13 points. From 12 to 16 years, it's worth 12 points. From 17 to 21 years, it's 11 points. And from 22 to 25 years, it's worth 10 points. So you see, if you work the youngsters on the air or the youth on the air, you will get a lot of points. The multipliers are different exchangers. So the ages, so everybody gives the age, 599, 599 plus age, worked per band regardless of the mode. And the final result will be the sum of points earned per band and mode multiplied by the sum of multipliers worked per band. You can easily send us the log, Cabrillo format, v2.0 or higher, to contest.ham-yota.com. So you will find that all in the rules again as well. And the log submission deadline will be 7 days after the end of the contest. You will also get an email confirmation once you've uploaded your logbook. And as Tomi said before, this is really straightforward. You just drop the Cabrillo format log file. You will just enter the category with a drop down. You will see what you've operated, and then everything is okay. You will get the confirmation email. Then the YOTA contest committee will be doing the log check afterwards. We will have special wooden plaques for winners of each category. And yeah, that's about it. So if you want to participate, just do it. We have on our YouTube channel at Ham YOTA, we have already prepared 2 supporting videos from well-known worldwide contesters. So if you fancy, just have a look there. Who will be on the air? We will be having stations from Thailand, from Australia, from New Zealand, from the US, Canada, all over Europe, Africa even. We will be having, as I said, stations worldwide. So hopefully also youngsters will be getting the chance to work some new countries during the contest. And this is probably the thrill for each of us participating. And we are really looking forward to get you down our logbook. And hopefully there will be some great pileups to be run by YOTA people. Neil.
Yeah, that's definitely a goal. So we'll look forward to that. And again, that's May 22nd for the first one, and the one in July is going to be the day after our YOTA camp here in the Americas over here in Westchester, Ohio. It'll be the following day, and then the end of the year during December YOTA month. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and really looking forward to it.
Not only you.
Well, guys, thank you so much for staying up so late and being on. We'll call it late instead of early. And we appreciate all that you're doing to support ham radio and youth in ham radio. and being on the show tonight to share some of that with us.
Thanks for having us, Neil. It was a great pleasure being with you on the show tonight. And yeah, good luck with your camp in Region 2. We'll be looking forward and happy to distribute any news we get from you. And yeah, good luck. Thanks for having us, and see you soon.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Neil. Good night.
Yes, good night and good
thanks,
morning.
Neil. Good luck with the camp. Hope it works out the way you plan to.
Yeah, we've got a good plan. So if we can follow it, we're in great shape. So thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Philip, for being here. And I'm sure we'll be talking on Telegram again soon. Probably, like I said, knowing Philip, it'll be in a few hours. So yeah.
Most probably, yeah.
But you know. Sam is the same way, though. I mean, I'm talking to Sam over here, and it's like midnight, 12:30.
We are all avid contesters, and the night shift has never stopped us from texting.
Yes. All right. Well, go ahead, Tommy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, or the pileup never stopped you from testing, Philip.
Yeah, that's probably something.
That should count. Is that SO2R if you're texting while you're contesting? Is that...
Yeah. you can never have too much monitors, so.
Yes, exactly. I've been trying to convince my wife of that as we're moving into a new house this weekend, or at least she is, and then I'm following in a couple of months, and I'm trying to convince her that there's no such thing as too many monitors, but I'm not sure that's really worked yet. We're working on it.
Yeah. It might be about as hard to explain as the number of antennas. The one you need is always more, at least one more than you have. The same with radios. I think they all share the same problem of trying to achieve the appropriate wife approval factor.
Exactly.
It's the problem with many things.
See, these young people have it all figured out. They know what's going on.
I mean, I've been at Hamvention presenting a homebird radio, and I've had this discussion with many hams about whether one needs more radios or not, and it always boils down to the same thing.
Yep, it's always one more. Absolutely. Yep. All right, well, that's a wrap for this week's edition of Ham Talk Live. Thanks to my guest, Philipp Springer, DK6SP, Markus Großer, DL8GM, and Tomi Varro, HA8RT, and everybody out in cyberspace for listening, and invite you back next Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Michael Coulter, W8CI, will be here to talk about the Dayton Hamvention 2021 virtual and on-air activities, since we won't have live in-person Hamvention this year. Once again, so we'll be talking about what's happening during Hamvention weekend. So make sure to tune in for that, and for a list of all of our upcoming guests, go to hamtalklive.com. And if you like the show, please leave us a review. That'll help others find the show faster. So for now, this is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, saying 7375, and may the good DX be yours.